Welcome to Money Muscle Mindset, the podcast designed to motivate and educate you on your journey to financial and fitness success and to develop the mentality needed to achieve your goals. I'm Zay Molina, and in this episode, we're going to talk about the science of self-confidence. Okay, we're going to dive deeper into what confidence actually is and how we can actually build upon it in our daily lives, how we can build the self-confidence in ourselves to achieve whatever it is that we want to achieve. So without further ado, let's dive in. So what is confidence? So many people probably believe that confidence is the absence of fear, right? The absence of doubt in yourself, right? But in reality, guys, it's not that you're fearless. It's not that you don't doubt yourself and your abilities, right? Confidence really comes down to that no matter how you feel, you act despite it, right? You actually push yourself to say, yes, I'm feeling fearful, I'm feeling nervous, but I'm still going to push myself because I believe in myself to overcome this. I believe that I can achieve this, right? And so that's basically what confidence is. It's the belief in your ability to succeed in whatever comes your way, right? The belief in yourself to do something. Again, that doesn't mean you're not fearful, doesn't mean you're not nervous, right? But you overcome that. Your confidence in your ability to say that I believe that I can do this is stronger than your fear. It's stronger than your doubt, right? You have more of that ability to say, yes, no matter what, I can do this, but you still may have that feeling of fear, doubt, and nerves that come your way. And so how is confidence actually built in ourselves, right? Well, confidence is actually built by repeated experiences, right? By doing something over and over that you get comfortable to say, again, my belief in my ability to do this is stronger than that fear, stronger than that doubt, right? And by doing it repetitively, consistently over and over again, that's what's going to help you develop that confidence. And so there's actually two types of confidence that we can break down today. One's called trait confidence and the other one's called situational confidence, okay? Trait confidence is your general belief in your ability to do things, right? It's a general confidence in all areas of life, right? You just walk around with a confident type of personality. Situational confidence, on the other hand, is your confidence in a specific skill or area of life. So if you've taken time to study something and try to really practice something over and over and you've gotten really good at it, that's where that confidence comes from. That's that situational confidence to say, okay, I've done this, I've mastered it, I've, practiced this over and over. I feel confident in my ability to do this again and again. And so again, trait confidence is that general belief in yourself to do multiple things, and situational confidence is confidence in that specific skill, right? And so when we think about trait confidence, we think about these people that are, just super confident, super outgoing, right? They walk around their chest puffed out, right? These are the type of people that we see that are confident, not necessarily arrogant, right? But confident, right? They believe in themselves, right? And again, that does not mean that they're fearless. That does not mean that they don't have nerves. That does not mean they don't have doubt, right? Think about athletes. Again, right now we're in the middle of March Madness. Think about these players that are in the Elite Eight, the Final Four, right? When they're playing these games, yes, I'm sure they definitely have nerves. I'm sure they kind of doubt themselves sometimes and some plays that they do, right? But at the end of the day, guys, they're there for a reason. They believe in their ability to play basketball. They believe in their ability to do multiple things in life, right? And when it comes down to basketball, right, they walk on that court with confidence. They may not show any fear. They may not show any nerves, but I guarantee when they get to the free throw line and they're down 2 and there's only a few seconds on the clock and their team needs these free throws, there's some nerves there, right? That does not mean that they're not confident in their ability to knock down that free throw, right? These people have so much confidence in their ability to do things that they may have confidence in basketball. They may have confidence in schools, right? They just have that natural confidence because they have done this stuff over and over and they believe in themselves. And this is something that we all want to achieve, right? So how do we build trait confidence? Guys, again, that comes just from repetitiveness, right? Doing something over and over, trying new challenges, trying new things, right? By pushing yourself to try multiple things in different areas of life, that's going to help you, not necessarily to become a master at everything, but essentially you're trying something. You're not afraid to put yourself out there. And once you realize that, hey, I tried this, I can do it, or hey, I tried this and I wasn't great at it, but I understand that it didn't kill me, right? It's kind of like that saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? If you go out there and you try new things and you're trying to put yourself out there, maybe you try basketball, maybe you try cooking, maybe you try skiing, maybe you try learning about crypto, you try learning about, all this different type of stuff, right? And you may be good at some things, you may be bad at some things, right? But by trying different things and doing it over and over again, guys, you are raising your confidence to say, okay, you know what, no matter what it is, I'm going to put myself out there and say, I can do this, right? If it's something that it's out there that I want to do, I can challenge myself, I can push myself to achieve this. And maybe it's a new skill, or maybe it's something just to kind of develop a new habit, a new routine, right? Maybe it's something like taking cold showers every morning, right? By putting yourself through something that's very uncomfortable, that's going to help you grow and develop. Maybe it's by going on a specific diet to help you achieve the physique that you want. By cooking this healthy food and doing meal prep and all this kind of stuff, you're building your confidence to say, hey, this is something that I can add to my weekly routine. Maybe you start reading more instead of binge watching Netflix. Maybe you try to start a side hustle instead of doing this, right? But by doing all these different things, guys, you're building that trait confidence to say, okay, no matter what the challenge is, I believe in my ability to get over my fear, to get over my nerves, to try and achieve this. And now, on the other hand, when we talk about situational confidence, it's almost the same thing, but instead of trying everything, you're essentially trying to master one skill. And again, I think the easiest way to explain this is think about athletes, right? When you're young and you start trying different sports, maybe you try t-ball or soccer or basketball, football, right? You end up falling in love with one of them, right? And whether it's one that you feel you're naturally good at, or it's another one that you just feel that, hey, this is super fun, I'm playing with my friends and all this kind of stuff, you fall in love with one more than the other, or maybe a couple more than the others, right? And you start to kind of practice that one a little bit more to where, hey, those other ones, they're falling off. I'm not going to do those really anymore. I'm not crazy about those sports or anything like that. I want to focus on basketball and football. And as you continue to grow, maybe you choose one, just one. I want to be a football player, right? And you start to develop the skill in that area, and you start to practice over and over. You start to do the things that are needed to reach the next level. First I want to make my middle school team. Then I want to make my freshman team, then junior varsity, then varsity. Then I want to go play in college there, right? Then I want to make the pros, right? And all this kind of stuff, right? You understand that you have to continue to grow and develop and build confidence in your ability to get to the next level. And so when it comes to situational confidence, guys, it's about becoming a master at your craft. Yes, maybe you're an excellent basketball or football player, right? But you hate public speaking, right? Maybe you've never done public speaking before. So in the time when it comes to public speaking, you're super nervous, you start sweating and you don't know exactly what to say. But when it comes to basketball or football, you have the belief in your confidence to say, okay, I can go catch that ball. I can go dunk that ball. I can go shoot that ball, right? And that's the idea, is that you've done something over and over in that situation, that specific skill that's going to help you gain confidence in that area. And when it comes to your life, guys, it's good to have a little bit of trait confidence and situational confidence in different areas of life. But the idea is they're built the same way. You need to do something over and over to build that confidence, right? Take that action to help you believe in yourself. So many people, they wait on the sidelines. They don't start the business that they want. They don't go after the goals that they have. They don't go to the gym. They don't start that diet. Why? Because they lack confidence. And they think that, hey, if I just wait until I get confidence, then I can start and I can have success. But the idea is actually the opposite, guys. You need to get started to build that confidence. Start taking action, doing the things that you're afraid of right now. Challenge yourself, start doing all this kind of stuff. And that's going to help you build the confidence that you need to start achieving success. Again, confidence is not the lack of doubt or fear. It's acting despite those feelings. It's proving to yourself that no matter how I feel, I have the ability to achieve this. So with that being said, let's now talk about different ways that we can build self-confidence in our lives. So the first way that we can build self-confidence, guys, is by looking at our body language. What is our posture like? What is our attitude like? What are we doing, when it comes to these challenges? How are we reacting to them? Now, when you think about a confident person, what do they look like? Probably their head held high, chest puffed out, walking around like they own the place, right? And essentially that body language that they have reflects their confidence. But not only does that posture and that body language, reflect confidence, but it actually creates it. And there was actually a study done on embodied cognition back in 2010 that basically found out that how we carry ourselves affects how we feel. So if you're walking around with your rounded shoulders, head down, and you're just walking around like kind of moping a little bit, that's going to kind of reflect your confidence and say that, hey, you're probably not confident in your ability to do whatever task you're in, right? If you start walking into a new job, your dream job, and you start walking in like that because you're nervous and you're scared and you don't know if you can do it, right? Your boss, your peers, all the people that are looking at you, they may look at that like, hey, this person may not be the right fit for this, right? All because you're carrying yourself like you don't have confidence, you're kind of scared and you're timid, right? And if you have that ability, is that person actually going to hire you, right? Or maybe you're trying to start a business with a new partner, right? And you're trying to go meet them and you walk in like that. They may look at that immediately and say, hey, that's not the partner for me. Think about if you're playing sports, right? Again, let's go back to the basketball example. If you saw the other team walk in kind of scared, looking timid, you're going to look at this and be like, oh, we're going to kill these guys, right? We're going to go off and we're going to win by 30, right? But if you see the other team walk in and their chest is puffed down, they're looking at you like, hey, we're not afraid of these guys. You might feel a little bit nervous, right? But you got to keep in mind that, hey, you got to have that ability to say, hey, I can do this as well. I'm going to stand tall and I'm not going to back down. And not only does this posture and body language help you look more confident, this study actually found out by doing these power poses and these, correct postures, right? They actually can help you create more self-confidence. By standing in a powerful pose, right? Standing up tall, chest puffed out, and actually looking like you're more confident, it actually increases testosterone and decreases cortisol. Testosterone is actually linked to confidence. So the more testosterone, the more confidence, right? And cortisol is actually linked to stress. So less cortisol can mean less stress in your body, meaning you're not nervous, you're not scared, right? When you actually stand like that and you show that you believe in yourself, right? It actually starts to build those hormones in your body to say, hey, not only do I look more confident, I actually am more confident, right? I know I can do this. I believe in myself. And now let's get after it. So whenever you're going to face a new challenge, right, look at your body language, right? Consciously think about, how am I holding myself right now? Am I slumped over? Am I looking scared? Or am I standing up tall and say, you know what? No matter what challenges I face today, I'm going to push myself to do the very best that I can. And I believe in my ability to succeed. So again, guys, that's the first way to build self-confidence. Work on your body language, work on your posture. The next way that we can build self-confidence, and I feel like this is kind of a given, is your self-talk, right? How do you talk to yourselves? When you walk in to face a new challenge, right? When you're walking into the gym, trying to do a workout for the first time, right? Do you tell yourself, oh, I don't know if I can do this. I'm scared. Maybe I should just go home. Or do you say, hey, you know what? I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to start light. I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to build the confidence. I'm going to go in there and I can do this, right? Which person do you think is going to have more confidence? Of course, the person that says, I can do this, right? You're talking to yourself positively. You're saying that no matter what, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to challenge myself. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to be stupid and go and put on heavy weight that I've never lifted before and see if I can just do this right away. No, I'm going to start light. I'm going to stack these small wins. I'm going to do everything I can to really build my confidence by starting small, starting light, starting with a warm up, and then pushing myself to my limits to help me grow and challenge myself. But again, you tell yourself that no matter what, I'm willing to go out there and face this challenge, right? Do you tell yourself, oh, I'm bad with money. I can't save anything. I can't make this kind of money and all this kind of stuff. I'll never be able to reach that level of income. Or do you tell yourself that, hey, I can do this. Right now, I'm not where I want to be, but I know that if I keep working hard, I build this side hustle, I build this business, I get involved with crypto or network marketing or whatever it may be, I know that I can achieve this level of income. I can do it. I'm not there yet, but I'm learning how to do it. I'm growing, I'm developing, and I know one day I will get there. Which person do you think is going to have more success? Again, the person that's saying that I'm willing to take this challenge, right? I'm going to grow. I'm going to develop. I'm putting myself out there to achieve this goal. Right. So just talk confidently to yourself, right? Whether you believe it or not, right? Just put it in your mind and start saying positive things. Instead of saying, oh man, I'm so broke right now. I don't have any money for this. Start saying that and say, you know what? I don't have the money right now, but I'm going to push myself to grow. I'm going to find different routes. I'm going to find different solutions to my problem right now. I'm going to do whatever it takes to achieve the goals that I have. And there was actually a study done in 2008 by neuroscientists that found that your brain actually believes what it hears most often. So if you're telling yourself, I'm confident, I can do this, I have the ability to learn this and grow and develop and all this kind of stuff, right? Your body is now believing that. You're building intrinsic motivation, which is going to help you want to do this, want to go after the challenges, and do it with confidence. The more you repeat a phrase or thought, the stronger your neural pathway actually becomes. So by doing this, again, having this positive self-talk, telling yourself that you can do this, guys, you're actually creating that confidence in your brain to say, I actually can do this. So stop with all the negative talk. Stop listening to the people that are being negative to you, right? Get away from all that negativity, whether it's friends, family, maybe strangers online, right? Don't listen to the negativity. Tell yourself that I can do this. Listen to the positive people. Listen to the coaches, the mentors, the friends, the true friends that are going to say, hey, you can do this. Push yourself, go after your goals, right? Listen to that, guys. That's what's going to help you build that confidence, again, whether it's external or inside of you, right? When you tell yourself that you can do this, right? Your brain's going to hear that over and over, and it's going to start to believe it, and it's going to help you, again, build that internal motivation to go after those goals. So again, guys, change your self-talk and push yourself to do what it takes to achieve your goals. This is why so many people talk about positive affirmations. Positive affirmations are positive thoughts telling yourself that you can do something. Again, it's not so much about closing your eyes and saying, oh, I believe I'm a millionaire. I believe I'm a millionaire. And one day you're just going to wake up and be a millionaire, right? That's not the key. It's about believing in your ability to become a millionaire, saying, hey, I'm not a millionaire just yet, but I know I can find the ways I can do this. I'm pushing myself to grow. I'm pushing myself to develop. I will become a millionaire eventually, right? That's the positive self-talk we need. And again, that's going to push ourselves to, again, build that confidence to do the things that we want to achieve the success that we want. And last but not least, guys, another way that we can build self-confidence is through habits and consistency. Okay. I've been talking about this for a lot on the podcast, guys, by building habits, right? By doing stuff, not whether you want to or not, guys, by doing it over and over again, you're going to build those habits. You're going to build a successful routine that's going to help you achieve your goals. Whether that's waking up an hour earlier every single day so you can make sure you can get to the gym, or that's, as soon as you come home, getting right to your side hustle, making sure you're putting in time to build that business, right? Whatever it is, guys, make sure you're building those routines and doing it consistently. The first time you do something like trying to wake up early in the morning, maybe trying to wake up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym, it's going to be horrible, right? You're not going to be good at it. You're going to hate it, right? It's going to be tough, right? But if you do it again the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day, what's going to happen? It's become easier, right? And you're going to start believing in your ability to say, you know what? This isn't so bad. I can do it, right? I'm waking up at 5 a.m. now. It's been 3 weeks. I'm just used to it now. I get to the gym. I know it's something that my body's used to. I'm personally used to. I'm going to get in the gym. I'm going to do my workout, and I'm going to feel good about it once I'm done. Because once you do it the first time, you wake up at 5 a.m., you're probably going to be tired walking into those gym doors. You're not going to really want to do anything. But as you start going, you start lifting those weights, right? And you start doing your workout. By the time you're in the middle of your workout, you're kind of awake a little bit, pushing yourself. By the time you're done with your workout, what happens? more times than not, you probably feel good. And you're like, you know what? I'm glad I did this, right? Then the next day comes around and you're tired again in the morning. What are you going to do? You're going to say, no matter what, I'm going to push myself. I'm going to get into that gym, right? Go into the next day, same thing afterwards, right? After day 2, you're completing your workout. You know what? I felt good. I'm glad I did that. Then day 3, then day 4. And then by the time you hit day 30, right, you're going to like, you know what? I'm used to this. I'm used to waking up at 5 a.m. now, getting in the gym. I feel good going in, right? And that's going to help you start building that confidence, right? You understand that, you know what? I can do this, right? I've done it for 30 days in a row now. What's 60 days? What's 90 days? What's 300 days, right? That's where you're going to start to build that confidence because you've done it over and over and you start to build that to say, you know what? This is something I've done before. I can do it. No problem now. And that's the idea behind building those habits. It's right, not just about doing the stuff that we don't necessarily want to do and just trying to get in a good routine, but it's about building the confidence by doing those routines. Right now, maybe you're trying to read a book a month, right? And that sounds like a crazy challenge. You think you've never read that much before in your life, but after you get through the first month and you read one book, right? Start small. Start with a book that's only 100 pages, right? Get through it. That's awesome. Next month, maybe I'm reading now a book that's 150 pages, right? Next month, maybe 200 pages, right? And you start to get better. You start to increase your ability to say, you know what? I can read a 300-page book in a month and no problem, right? And again, why? Because all you did was do it over and over again. Start small, start to stack those small wins and start to build these routines of reading consistently each day, each month, right? And now you're able to say, you know what? I can knock out these books. I can gain this knowledge, start growing and start developing. And again, all it came from was by doing it over and over again, building those habits. So again, guys, that's another way we can build our self-confidence. Start developing those routines, start developing those habits to help you achieve the life that you want. So with that being said, that's what I got for you guys on today's episode. Again, the science of self-confidence. We talked about what self-confidence is and how we can build it in our lives to help us achieve the goals that we have. Remember, confidence is not about being fearless and not doubting in ourselves, right? It's about acting despite that, right? Pushing ourselves to say, you know what, no matter how nervous I feel, no matter how fearful I feel, I believe in my ability to achieve success. And that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep going after it. I'm going to do what it takes to achieve that success. And by focusing on our body language and our attitude, focusing on our self-talk and our habits, that's going to help us continue to build that self-confidence in our ability to do the things that we want to do and succeed at those goals. So with that, thank you guys for watching. And I'm going to leave you guys as I always do. Remember, success isn't just about the money you make or the muscles you build. It's also about the mindset you develop along the way. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode of Money Muscle Mindset.